What is going on, guys? My name is Scrible. Welcome to another battle replay video. This time we are taking Dark Elves against Dwarfs, and this is a very good player. His name is Scribe, and I believe he's a very high ranked ladder player and as well as a tournament player as well. So let's check his armor composition. He's got 1, 2 flame cannons. I do wish to comment here because we don't see flame cannons that often in ladder battles, but they actually pack a huge punch, and you guys will see what's gonna happen in this battle. Alright, so the rest of his army is very complex. So we're gonna start from the far back. He's got 2 Dwarf warriors at the back, protecting 2 Sunderers, and both Sunderers at rank 2. He's got a Sang with the net ability. He has 4 minus with the blasting charges. One of them is the Regiments of Renown, and he's got 3 Iron Breakers as the bulk of his main 9 infantry, and of course one of them is the Norgren's Iron Breakers, the Regiments of Renown, and he's got a Rune Lord with just the Master Wrath of the Rune, and that's it. Alright, so this is a very crafty dwarf build, I should say. So let's take a look of what I brought. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 black Corsairs on each flank. I have 3 Hagenus Executioners as my main bulk of infantry, and I have 3 straight spears to screen for my executioners, and then followed by 3 dark shots with shields. And I have 1 unit of the Dark Rider crossbow unit, and then Lord in command is Malekith on a chariot with Soul Stealer, Chill Wind, Power of Darkness, Spitfall, Conjuration, and so, you know, very good stuff. Alright, and let's see how this battle breaks down. So right from the get-go, Dwarfs are pushing in. They are they just want to fire away with the flame cannons. As you can see, almost there, and there you go. Flame cannon is gonna shoot onto my Dread Spears quite soon, and then from the Dark Elf side, I'm pushing forward with my flank Black Corsairs. Because these guys are so fast, as you can see, they have 40 movement speed, so they can actually maneuver quite fast. At the same time, I'm sending in my Scream units, the Dread Spears, and those flame cannons, as you can see here, is just blasting away onto my Dread Spears. There's pretty much nothing I can do, and that's a good shot as well. As you can see here, this unit is already routing. So right now it's just flame cannon, and right now flame cannon actually switched down to my dark shots. As you can see, did a lot of damage, especially here, because I didn't pay attention and I sent in my dark shots straight in, and they actually got clumped with the Dread Spears, and those 2 flame cannons just doing so many burning shots onto these 2 blobs of infantry, I should say. Basically decimate 4 of my units straight away without losing anything pretty much. So this is definitely a very big loss on my side. I suffered a lot of casualties, of course. Alright, so we got 4 units routing already. Meanwhile, I have Hagen's executioners pushing in quite rapidly. And Corsairs actually made into the flanks as well. And this Colossae made into this flank as well. Thunders are firing away at my Black Ark Corsairs. And this unit of Hagen's executioners actually made into... Alright. So this is basically what's great about this Dwarf formation. As you can see here, he has a string unit Dwarf warriors, basically tie down my executioners or pin down my executioners, while those 2 blasting charge miners, just 3 actually, just blasting toss the blasting charges onto my executioners. And meanwhile, as you can see, there's a Master Rune of Wrath and Ruin, which basically decimate this executioners straight away. And right now on the battlefield, there's a chill wind going on onto those 2 Thunderers, while Malakas and the other unit of Black Corsairs actually pushing into the Thunderers block. At the far back, I have another Corsair unit actually wrapped around and about to make into this blob as well. And meanwhile, I sent my Dark Riders crossbow unit at the back of the Dwarf line as well. So this unit of Hagen's execution is about to push in. I have this unit actually engaged into those iron breakers and miners, and this flank as well. So let's see how things gonna go from here. Alright, so he's sending Thane. I just pushed Malakath away. I don't want to get netted. And then I'm actually gonna send in my Malakaths into this blob, help them to win. And there's another execution is actually made into this blob. But as you can see here, this Hageneth executioner unit actually got completely wasted, I should say, or they just did their job of tanking all the blasting shots and the rune wrath basically. So they pretty much did nothing. As you can see here, they only killed 13 models. But anyways, so right now I'm just sending in what's left of my units, and at this moment Murderous Powerless actually kicks in, and all my units actually gained a lot of fighting stats, so which is a good news for me. And then this unit of Corsair actually managed to beat off those miners and push into the iron breakers. These 2 Corsairs are fighting iron breakers, which is not a ideal situation, so I quickly noticed that. I peel both of them away and try to chase those Thunders. At the same time, I'm using my Dark Riders to just shoot those iron breakers. And here, this unit of Hagen's executioners actually are fighting 3 units. And then have some routing troops rallied, and I quickly just send them back as well. And right now I'm just prioritizing killing those 2 Thunderers with my Corsairs and Malakath. So right now the battlefield is actually quite chaotic. Dwarves are very sturdy units. And then I target the Logran's iron breakers with all my ranged troops. At the same time, I believe Malakath was pinned down by the Thane with his ability, like moments earlier. But right now, Malakath is free. And as you can see here, my range troops actually are doing a decent job at killing those low-grade Siren breakers. They're taking a lot of shots from different angles as well. And I have some spears to fight them as well. Basically got them surrounded, and as well as this executioner unit. Right now on the battlefield, the situation looks a little bit better for the Dark Elves, although there are still a lot of Dwarven troops left, but both of us actually took a lot of casualties at this stage of the battle. But as you can see here, all my Corsairs are still alive and doing something, and there's a Master Rune of Wrath casted onto my Dark Riders, which is a good call, but I think it may be better to cast on one of these Corsairs, because as you can see here, Dark Rider is almost out of ammo, so maybe these units are gonna do more hurt. And those Iron Breakers actually getting shot into pieces by all the arrows from different angles, and they're gonna give up soon. And here Dwarf actually is about to gather everything what's left of his army, of course, into this giant blob. Meanwhile, I'm using Malaka's 2 Corsairs to tank them. At the same time, I'm shooting away with my Dark Shots, and of course my crossbows. And far back here, I have 2 more Corsairs come back from chasing those Thunders. And here there's a huge Soul Steel casting on the entire blob of Dwarfs, basically killing pretty much everything except the Thing and the Rune Lord. Alright, so right now this unit is out of ammo, but I still have a lot of ammo left with my Dark Shots there. So I sent in with my Corsairs onto the Rune Lord and Thane, but these guys are not armor piercing, and Dwarves, Lords and Heroes have a lot of armor. As you can see, 120 armor, which is a huge amount. And there's a big Rune Wrath casted onto my healthy Corsairs. I'm gonna lose these Corsairs pretty fast to that Master Rune of Wrath and Rune. So right now I'm just peeling away with my infantry, try to just use my Dark Shots to kill these 2 hero units of Dwarfs, basically. But you guys are about to witness some next level Dwarf macro here. Even though they are not fast, but by doing this kind of maneuver, as you can see, these 2 guys are just shifting left and right. Actually quite effectively dodged a lot of arrows, as you can see here. This is some next level Dwarf macro management, definitely. And I think at some point, yeah, right now I was like, okay, enough is enough. Let's just fight then. And Malaka's actually charged in, and then followed by Corsairs, followed by Spears, followed by Hagnus Executioners. Everybody just moved in, ganking on those 2 heroes. Everybody is covered with heaps of blood, of course. Oh, that was a jump, a leap. And at this moment, the battle ends. Alright. So, all to all, I think this is a very, very good list. Especially those flame cannons. Look at the kills. They basically, each one of them single-handedly killed 2 of my infantry units. So these guys did heaps. And look at my side, Dwarf spears did their job as cannon folders. Hagen's executioners, actually 2 of them did alright. 1 of them actually got decimated by those blasting charges and the master rune, rest and rune. And then Dark Shards, 2 of them got basically decimated by the flame cannon. Not much to say. Dark Riders actually did heaps that game. And 1 of my Corsair unit actually killed 107 units, so that's insane as well. And the same thing goes with Malekith. Actually, Malekith on a chariot is so effective against dwarfs, so I really recommend you guys to try. And that's it for this epic matchup. And as always, if you guys enjoy my contents, please consider to subscribe. I really appreciate that. And for now, Orca Boss is out. Peace.